Jebb Fink.
Good evening. I like Toronto. You guys, boy, you're outbidding us on the riots, I'll tell you that. We had the World Petroleum Congress in Calgary, no riots. You guys get riots from the homeless. Well, admittedly, an easier group to organize. None of them are going, I can't make the riot today. I got to go to work. The homeless rioting had to be confusing for the police. Trying to disperse the crowd there. All right, everybody, go. Go back to where you were before this. I like the police up here, though. They seem a lot nicer than the police I grew up with in Los Angeles. I've been pulled over for speeding 6 or 8 times in Canada. I've never been hit in the head with a baton. Here's something they don't tell you when you first move here, too. Nobody told me that the RCMP here are unaware of the, that $50 bill must have got stuck to my license game. Yeah, here they call it a bribe. In LA, it's paying for your fine ahead of time. There you go. You're free to go. That's what I like. 2 trips that I make every year. I went to Mexico for New Year's, which was kind of fun. I hadn't been to Mexico for a long time. And Montreal. Those are the 2 places I've traveled to over the last little bit. And I got to be brutally honest, traveling as a Canadian now, I find Mexico much kinder and happier to see Canadian visitors than Quebec. I find when I'm in Quebec, even if I try, they don't even appreciate that. You walk into a store, this will happen. You walk in, they say, bonjour. I give it my best shot, bonjour. And her answer is, hello. Hello, you poor unilingual loser. We will try to help you. And I grew up in Los Angeles, so I learned just enough Spanish to buy pot in high school. For my mom. I found out after being in Mexico for about 3 days, I have an entirely different definition of, oh my God, are you a bad driver? If you're ever in Mexico, the only time that you actually use your blinker is after you've struck the other car. So that they know which side was damaged. I didn't know why, but apparently in Mexico, they prefer to rob Americans. And I'm thinking, how pathetic is that? You're traveling as a Canadian. You're in Mexico. Guy walks up, give me all your money. You pull out a couple of Canadian bills there. Oh, no, I did not know you were Canadian. Here, let me see. I think I got some American here. I took off a guy a minute ago. Yeah, your dollar's in bad shape when the Mexicans won't steal it. The whole system's out of whack down there, too. Bottled water was $8 a bottle. Beer was $1. Where's your motivation to stay sober under this system? I walk in one night, honey, you have no idea how much money I saved us today. Like $400. The weird part about going into Mexico? I got searched at the airport going into Mexico. What do you smuggle into Mexico? I'm standing there going through our stuff. What the hell are you looking for? You've got everything we want. Check me on the way out. I'm suffering right now. I have a broken finger. Right there. Anybody ever broken a finger? Yeah. It's kind of weird. I had a bizarre accident. If you're ever at home and your neighbor bangs on the fence and says, hey, can you help me for a minute? The answer is no. Being an American, I didn't want to go to the doctors right away, because basically in the U.S., we don't have free medical. So unless you got a finger in a baggie full of ice, then you need reattached. This was me becoming Canadian. I actually went in and got 6 or 8 x-rays of my finger, because they're free. Give me a shot of the next one over. And I kept telling my wife, I don't want to go to the doctors. All they're going to do is tape the fingers together, you know. They're not going to do anything. They'll just tape the fingers together. So they sent me from the x-ray place to a hand surgeon who taped my fingers together. And I know... Pardon me?
It's like when I broke my toe.
They taped your fingers together when you broke your toe? You went to the wrong surgeon, my friend. You're not getting any of the money. Where are you from, sir? Scarborough. Now, I don't know anything about the area, but apparently not a lot of people from Scarborough showing up on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. What do you do in Scarborough, sir? You're not sure? Well, when you go to work, are there gas pumps there? Yeah, you can boo, but you were thinking it. What do you work somewhere, sir? You go to school. How much longer? This is your last month. Better cram. What's your name, sir? You're just not the guy in the balcony. Douglas. Okay. Douglas, what are you going to be when you graduate? You hope to be a computer operator. Are you studying in that field? You will be when you finish high school. So there's no age limit on the audience? No, it's not like a drinking audience, is it? I don't mean ever, I mean right now. So I'm on my second family right now. We have a 10-year-old daughter, Jessica Barbara Sims Fink. She has two last names because my second wife has a better credit rating than I do. Yeah, more truth and humor in that one. I don't know. It's so much harder to raise kids now. Now you got to outsmart your kids. That's no good. She's in the 4th grade. I try to help her with her homework. I can't even do her homework. You know, I do this too. She'll, Daddy, what does this mean? That question right there, that looks like a mommy question, that one. I don't know. So everything becomes a life lesson, too. Everything that happens. My daughter's hamster died. This is something died that she loved. I can teach her a little something here. So she comes in and she's very upset. You know, she said, my fault. Why did he die? What did I do wrong? Is it my fault? As a loving father, I had to say, yes, it was your fault. I don't know how to explain this to you, but your hamster died because you don't eat broccoli. Which I know it seems cruel to tell her that, but at Christmas time we got her a puppy. She eats whatever we put in front of her. Eat your Spam and onions. Oh, you don't want to eat that? Oh, poor Dakota. That's a girl. It's funny, though. You know, I occasionally get to go talk to, like, high school classes and stuff. And I know everybody else that talks to kids are dishonest. They always tell them, go to college, get your career in order, get set, you know, get your life on the right line. Then find someone that you want to marry. Not me. If I get a chance to talk to high school kids, I tell them, you get married the day after grad. Get married as young as you can. Get that first marriage out of the way. Because that's the trainer marriage for the one that's going to last. You want to still be young enough to enjoy the marriage that's going to last. I am so much better as a second husband than I was a first husband. There's little things I do now that make the world a difference. I actually, I think before I speak now. Let me tell you, this is helping. Trust me on this, guys. Don't say the first thing that comes to your mind. Yeah, that ain't it. Go through the Rolodex and find the correct answer. There is a correct answer, sir. The answer to every question from your wife is, I don't know, what do you think? There were women applauding that. I also listen now. I listen to my new wife, listen to everything she says, because she has got a boatload of information for me. God, it's on almost any given subject. And the good thing is, as a time saver for me, often she will not wait for me to ask. Pipes right in there. I listen to my new wife in the last half of the year, the last 4 months before Christmas, because I know in that time period, when you're shopping somewhere with your wife, and she points at something and says, oh, look, isn't that pretty? She doesn't mean, oh, look, isn't that pretty? Yeah, that's what she means. She says, isn't that pretty, because it would be rude to say, look at this, over here. No, the blue one, you moron. Look at the blue one. Do you see that? That better be under the Christmas tree. Women hint at what they want. We don't understand the hint, which makes us morons. If you don't believe this to be true, listen to this. This happens all the time to me. I'll be sitting watching television with my wife. She'll just look over and go, are you thirsty? Actually, I'm not, but apparently I'm on my way to the kitchen. There's kind of a shot in the dark here. Maybe I could get you a little something there. Heard the worst thing you could possibly hear from your wife. About a month ago, she looks over at me while we're watching TV and says, don't you just hate the color of the living room? I'll get the rollers. And I'll go through the kitchen. Do you want anything?
Nutri-Grain Munchum's Magic Time. You guys want to see something?
What?
See this? Don't take your eyes off it.
Hey. Oh. Man, this better be good.
Wait.
Whoa! Where you go, man? Where you go?
Nutri-Grain Munchums. They'll disappear.
I've had weird Christmases. Our first Christmas together, kind of bizarre, my new wife and I, we had Christmas in Millet, Alberta. Obviously, you guys do not know where that is. Oh, man. Millet, Alberta, swimming pools, movie stuff. The oddest gift that I got a vasectomy for Christmas. Kind of the gift that stops the giving, really. It's such an odd thing. You know, I called the doctor's office before we went in for the vasectomy. And I said, look, I'm coming in for a vasectomy. I'm just kind of curious, how long is this going to take? And the nurse says, it depends on how much shaving is involved. So I'm thinking, well, I'll just give it a quick trim before I go in. I had not a clue. And it's annoying, isn't it? It's itchy. Well, not the day of the shave. So a couple of days later, that's when it gets itchy. Yeah, but see, you don't want to scratch here because you're ladies. We're men. Not only do we not care where it's itchy, we don't care where we are when we scratch it. We'd be absolutely anywhere. Just saying like, hey, you know what? That was a hell of a sermon. I like that part about the big boat. Oh, yeah, buddy, no problem. We'll see you next Sunday, huh? And there's no real gentle way to tell you about the next preparation for surgery. The nurse took tape and taped my little buddy to my belly. Yeah, laugh away, buddy. Mine reached. Okay. I did ask, though, you know, like, why? Because I think if somebody's taping your little buddy to your belly, the very least you should be is inquisitive. And she says, sir, we're taping your penis to your belly for your own safety. Then why is it pointed at me? She says, no, for while the doctor is down there with the scalpel, you don't want it to accidentally... Yeah, I just said, you know, I gotta be honest, I've never been to medical school, but that doesn't look like nearly enough tape to me. Tell you hold the roll, I'll keep going. We're in Canada, the tape's free, keep going. Oh, I do like living in Canada. I feel like I'm way more Canadian at this point. Little things that I noticed when I first moved here, too. And when I first moved to Canada, I had friends ask me, you know, why would you move to Canada? You know, I finally had to tell my friends in the States, I just said, you know what? When I lived in the U.S., I felt hideously undertaxed. Yeah. I work hard, but I don't think I'm giving my fair share. God bless you, taking care of that. I remember when I first moved here, I was talking to a friend of mine on the phone, watching the news at the same time. And I'm watching, I go, you're not going to believe this, I'm watching the news. This is going to crack you up. You know what they do in Canada? They report every murder. There's just one guy shot the other guy. It's made the news. So cute. You guys don't have a big mass murder problem up here. Not even your postal workers. They haven't had any of those guys snap in the U.S. for a while. That was kind of amazing to me. Postal workers going crazy, shooting everybody at work. You know, how does that happen? How do you develop the stress level as a postal worker to snap and kill everybody at work? I mean, this is your job. You're a postal worker. You know what you're going to wear to work every day. Your biggest decision with your job is in the summer when you got to pick long pants, short pants. You get to work, you're getting like $28 an hour, and the houses are in order. Yeah. I mean, it's not like they're giving you blank envelopes going, I don't know, ask around. Mass murderers amaze me. You know, serial killers, too. I don't understand that. They always talk to the neighbors, don't they? When there's a mass murder. Like your neighbor has some huge insight. I got to be honest, if my neighbor kills 18 people downtown, I'd not a clue. I wouldn't know what to say to the press. You see me on the news going, why did he snap? Boy, I hope it wasn't me pitching the dog poop over the fence. Sorry. I just don't know that much about my neighbor. That's what you should do when you go shopping for a home. You should be able to look at the house that you want, then interview the people that live on both sides. Then go to the person that owns that house you want and go, oh, you are going to have to come way down. Douglas was home. I'm not saying that I grew up in an odd family, but when you have a psychiatrist look over at you and go, you know it's them, right? I had the weirdest dad in the world. Smoked 4 packs of Pall Mall Reds a day, drank a quart of vodka a day. Died of cancer. Yeah. I actually go to see him on his deathbed. This is his sense of humor. I go in to see him. He goes, I have no idea how this could have possibly happened to me. You know what's amazing? I don't know if anybody's ever been to a funeral, but it's an odd event. Because nobody ever says anything bad about the person that passed away. And you cannot tell me that bad people are not dying. Just all of a sudden, once you die, all's forgiven because you're gone. Wouldn't you like to go to, like, one honest funeral? Wouldn't you like just see somebody walk up and say, just, if I could just say a couple of words here about the recently deceased. What a son of a bitch, huh? You owed me money. My dad was like a hardcore guy. He was a tough guy. We went to the funeral, and we deal with everything with humor in my family because we don't like to share our feelings. So we're sitting in the funeral listening, and everybody's up there talking about what a great guy my dad is. What wonderful things he did. Finally, I lean over to my sister. I said, geez, we're in the wrong room. Check the box. I bet it ain't him. I work on a local television show in Calgary. I get up to go to work at 4:30 in the morning. That sucks. But I do find that the freeway opens right up. Yeah, I've gotten pulled over a couple of times driving too fast. I got out of the tickets by being funny. That's the best thing. I get pulled over. There's nobody else on the Deerfoot there in Calgary. I'm doing 137 kilometers an hour in 100. The cop pulls me over and he goes, "What were you thinking?" I said, "Well, there's only 2 of us out here." I missed you. The other one, I'm on my way to the work, and it's one of those slushy days. You know how one of that really heavy, slushy snow stuff, and, but you're still able to make pretty good time? And I'm coming down the hill, right? I'm coming down this hill to a stoplight, and it's green, then it goes yellow. And when you have that thing in your head going, it's yellow, I should stop. And then for some reason, the bad cousin says, "No, you can make it." And so I figure anyway, it's slushy, and if I hit the brakes, I'll just slide, right? And if anybody's coming from this way, they're going to jump the green and hit me. Be safer for everybody to gun it. So I gun it, and I'm going through the intersection. I look over, the only car sitting there, cop car. I immediately pull over, because you don't want to tick him off with a high-speed chase in slushy snow. So the guy comes over and goes, "What were you thinking?" I said, "Well, I was coming down the hill, and then it's slushy and stuff. The light went yellow, and I thought if I hit the brakes, I'll just slide, and then you'll come through and hit me. Be safer for everybody to romp on it and go." And he says, "Boy, that's a lot to think about at 115 and a 60, isn't it?" You guys have been a lot of fun. Thanks a lot.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jebb Fink.